Okay, so the next step is to create an actual website with WordPress, and to do that you have to create an account at the same time. So all you need to do is go to WordPress.com, and once you do, you're going to see a screen just like this, and you're going to see a Create Your Website button. And just so you know, once you create and if you find yourself signing off, all you have to do is come to WordPress again and then log in with all the information you've established with your account. All you have to do is click on that button. So here we go. We are going to see if it's possible to make a website for Fancy Socks. And so let's go ahead and start. Create website. Now, as of spring of 2016, the steps to create an account and a website is what we're going to be experiencing right now. The first step of four for their Let's Get Started is they basically ask you to select a theme. Now, we're going to go over themes a little later, but all you have to do is click on any of these boxes. We're effectively going to change the theme once we get everything set up. We are all going to work off what's called the motif theme, and it just so happens in my experience on this page the motif is not available, but we'll get it available later. So I'm going to go ahead and click on one of these themes to start out with. I'm going to click on Eden. Now the next step is exactly where we were anticipating with this prep work that we did. We want a website called Fancy Socks. So let's go ahead and see if that's available. So I'm going to type in Fancy Socks, all lowercase, and click on Create My Site. Now, if you notice, I actually have a message, or WordPress has informed me that Fancy Socks is not available because somebody else has already claimed it. So what I think I might do is modify this so to see if there's a way for me to have a website with these terms in it, but with some more modifications. So I'm going to try My Fancy Socks and create my site. Oh, somebody else already has that. And then I'm just going to end up adding Santa Fe and create my site. So the fact that I modified what was a core idea of Fancy Socks to include a couple more terms, that made it more unique and more searchable, as well as it gave me the capability of having a website that suited my needs. Now the next step, step 3 of 4, is in fact WordPress offers a couple of different packages. The first order is the free one, and we're going to click on this, but just know down the pike we'll discuss later how and when to upgrade if it works for you. So we're going to click on the free, select free plan. And what you want to do now is type in your email address at whatever account you have. And if you notice the choose a username, yeah, you can tell them this is not acceptable. That's because this is a demo, so don't worry about this. You'll type in whatever you're going to use. The username has, if you notice, they've actually forwarded the subdomain that I've created, and then here is where you type in that messy password I had you prep in advance, this guy, or whatever you choose to do. This is where you'll use it. Once you fill all these in, you're going to go ahead and click on Create My Account. Okay, so now that you've created your account, I think you probably will find yourself at a screen very similar to what you see here. This is the dashboard of your WordPress account. And you know you're in the dashboard because you have this medium blue stripe at the very top. You have two options on the left which are site-based, and then you have your account options and actually a post option on the right. So the thing to know is that you always land on, or your landing page for your account is always on the reader page, which gives you some examples of recent blog posts that either your circle or other people load into. This is all a WordPress managed page. And it's from here that you want to move over to your actual site selection. So when you click on My Sites, your new site should load right here. And below that, you're going to notice a bunch of options. This is your website's dashboard, and its landing page is always the stats page. We'll go over this a little later. Obviously, stats are going to start to become more important to you once you start using your website and launching or publishing your posts. You're going to see all these views and likes change out. But just know that this is the initial set of steps of accessing the dashboard of your website within your WordPress account. So that's the site side of things, okay? Notice that you also have a couple of links on the upper right-hand corner. The most important one is the center one. You'll see in my case I've got a circle with a little bird and a yellow square. That's actually a Gravicon that I included in my account. But this is your actual account administration button. So we'll go ahead and click on that. And you'll see that this is my account that I use for the websites that I've created for the courses I teach. And you'll notice there's some additional pieces of information. I don't fill too much of this out, but what you will want to do is fill out your name, your last name, and you want to also look at this public display name. This is actually consistent to what your byline will be. So when you make a post on your blog, it initially what you want to do is type out how you would like that byline to appear. So you can see that I'm pretty specific to what I use my websites for. Okay, you can further explore the rest of this segment. Pretty much all you need to do is fill this area out, make sure this is definitely something you want presentable, and then once you're done, actually it just automatically saves. There's no real saving. Maybe there is. If let's see, SFCC Web Instructor, yes. Once I've made some modification, you're going to see this button become real, and then any kind of revisions you make, just make sure you click on that button. So I'm going to actually delete this now, and it just so happens it's going back to the original version. Okay. So know also you can maintain your login. You can just keep this as a login in your browser, or if you feel like it, you can also sign out. So if you want to look at My Sites, okay, here's your dashboard. If you want to go back to your account, you just click over here, and here you go. You can totally sign out at this point. And again, if I want to sign back in, just come to WordPress.com, log in, and log in again. And again, the landing page will be your reader with the My Sites button on the left or the account button on the right.